don't really tell you this part. Nobody sits you down and say, hey, this might hurt in ways you can't explain. So yeah, side effects may vary. Nessa. Side effects may vary. That's all I'm saying. Side effects may vary. Yeah, side effects may vary. Still here though, still standing. So I guess I'm managing. Side effects may vary. Yeah. Wake up tired, don't know why. Slept all night, but my body behind. Mind already running, feet still cold. Thinking about shit I don't even control. Pain don't scream, it just stay. Level 5, but it don't go away. They say push through, I nod my head, but nobody asks what it costs instead. Coffee in my cup, courage in my chest. Tryna be grateful, still need rest. Brain stay loud, won't shut off. Every thought feel urgent, nothing feels soft. I ain't weak, I'm just warm. Still showing up, just a different form. Yeah. Side effects may vary. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Side effects may vary. Yeah. Side effects may vary. Still here though, still standing. So I guess I'm managing. Side effects may vary. Oh, I don't talk about it much, but some days I feel too much. Love run deep, trust run thin. I forget fast, but I remember when I miss who I was sometimes. Before I learned how to read between lines. Before silence meant something wrong. Before strong had to last this long. I carry grief real quiet, smile wide so nobody try it. AC grow, don't see the A, don't see the 9, side of brave. Healing slow, not pretty, not loud. Just me figuring shit out. Yeah. Side effects may vary. That's all I'm saying. Side effects may vary. Yeah. Side effects may vary. Still here though, still standing. So I guess I'm managing. Side effects may vary. Yeah. My spirit's high too, let's be clear. Still got faith, just different prayers. Used to ask God for open doors. Now I ask for peace and more. Learning, rest ain't quitting. And stillness don't mean I'm missing. Some days God feel close, some days I just breathe and hope. I learned peace ain't loud or clean. Sometimes it look like choosing me. Sometimes growth feel like delay. Sometimes know it's how I stay okay. Still aligned even when I'm unsure. Still sacred even when I'm sore. If you feel it, you ain't broken. If you tired, your body talking. This ain't weakness, this awareness. This is living, this is honest. Side effects may vary. They don't advertise. Silence, they don't advertise. Side effects may vary. Still breathing, still alive. Side effects may vary. Yeah, life ain't light, but I'm still here. And tonight, that counts. No warning label, no manual. But you made it through the day, and that matter more than people say.
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the Love Palace. Welcome to a Daily Dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin, truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the Love Palace. prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
Life's gonna give you something. With every choice, every blessing, every mess we step into, there's a reaction waiting on the other side. A ripple, a cough, a benefit, a bruise, even a breakthrough. Side effects ain't always written on paper. Sometimes they show up in your attitude, in the way your spirit gets quiet or loud, in the way your heart heals or hides, in the way your mind either crumbles or calms. Because every decision has a receipt. Every lifestyle has a consequence. And every life, yours, mine, everybody, comes with side effects. Today, at Daily Dose of Dee, we're breaking down the side effects of everything you swallow. Not just the pills, but the thoughts you feed yourself, the emotions you ignore, the spirituality you water or let dry out. Welcome to this conversation. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Let's talk about side effects. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddess Dear Love. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday. You know, yesterday I didn't come on here. I had some things that I had to take care of, but it's okay because we are on episode 197 on the road to 200 episodes, y'all. We are going to be having 200 episodes coming up. You know, we're going to clap it up for 200 episodes coming up. Yes. So today on this Tuesday, let's call this Think About It this Tuesday. Because we're going to think about something today. So before I get into the word of the day and the quote of the day and this topic, I want to give a shout out to my sister, Blended Healing. The reason why this ideal came to mind, because if y'all have not watched the series about them vitamins, okay, you taking your vitamins, y'all need to tap into Blended Healing Realms. Go over there and like, share, and subscribe. And she got a whole thing going on about what vitamins you need to take. So this actually sparked something in me because I started thinking about side effects, right? Side effects, not like vitamin side effects, you know, medications, right? And then how it can apply to life. So with that being said, shout out to my sister. We're going to say the word of the day is side effect, a secondary, typically undesirable effect of a drug or medical treatment. Now we have the wonderful quote of today by Victor Webster. It states, everything we do, even the slightest thing we do, can have a ripple effect and repercussions that we emanate. If you throw a pebble into the water on one side of the ocean, it can create a tidal wave on the other side. By Victor Webster. So let's go ahead and dive right into it, y'all. Let me get our title for today because we know we need that title, right? So the title for today is Side Effects, the ones we don't talk about it. So we're going to have talk about it and give you something to think about today on this. Okay? So this topic affects every single one of us. Though we usually only talk about it when it goes wrong, right? Side effects. We usually use this word. When you see it on medication, it's all the wrong things that could go with it. We often associate this phrase with the fine print on a pill bottle, a medication. But if we look closer, side effects are really just the extra result of any action we take in our life. So let's start simple. Side effects. The word comes from Old English side, meaning flank, lateral part. Effect comes from the Latin affectious, meaning a result, an outcome, a consequence. So, if we put that together, a secondary result that happens alongside the main one. But here at Daily Dose of Dee, we keep it real. A side effect is basically that uninvited guest at the party of your choices. You came from one thing, but something else came with it. Good, bad, or in between. So, like I mentioned, let's talk medication just real quick, because this is going to set up the metaphor for this whole live today. When you take medicine, you're taking something designed to help you. It can ease pain, it corrects imbalances, it can even save your life. That's the main effect. But the body might respond with something unexpected. You might have dry mouth, headache, nausea, sleepiness, or even feeling better in ways you didn't expect. Some meds give good side effects, like improved mood, better sleep, increased focus, but others bring that dizziness, that tiredness, that emotional numbness. And the real kicker, you don't always know which side you're going to get. That's just like life, just like love, and just like choices. So hold up, my love family. Shout out to everybody who went and tried to Google some medications right now, or saw a list or had a bottle and started reading the sound effects. So no worries if you did go do that. But you know what? I'm going to drink me some water, and I'm going to get my thoughts together to get the rest of this live for y'all about the side effects. And when we come back, we're going to get into the deep dive of side effects in life. So grab your water, take a deep breath and a little stretch, and we'll be right back. I will be right back after this.
So what's another misleading term that they use?
Another misleading term that they use is side effect. What a side effect actually is a direct effect of consuming poison. So if you consume a drug or get injected with one and you experience symptoms after that, let's say you break out in a rash, or you have a fever or a seizure or a stroke, or someone even dies, that is a direct effect of consuming that poison. That's not a side effect. They call it a side effect to brush it off, or to make it seem like it's a rare instance, or that it wasn't supposed to happen. But if you consume poison, what do you expect to happen?
If we do not take care of our emotions, we will develop disease. Sadness and grief affects your lungs. Anger affects your liver. Fear will affect your kidney, but also worry affects your spleen. Now, a lot of people don't realize the impact of what emotions actually do to you and the importance of mindfulness, because without that, you're just harboring constant disease. My dad passed away at the age of 59, but it wasn't because he died from 15 years of chain smoking. It wasn't because he was an alcohol abuser. It wasn't because he got cancer. My father actually died from a broken heart. My father was lonely. Loneliness causes problems in disease. World Health Organization states that increase of risk of developing dementia by 50%. It increases the risk of early death by 25%, and it increases the risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease by 30%.
Welcome back to Daily Dose of Dee. I hope you didn't diagnose yourself on the commercial break. So let's jump back into these life side effects, okay? Let's talk about these life side effects. So, your mind is like your internal pharmacy. What you think, feed, avoid, or ignore creates its own medicine and has its own side effects. When you do not take care of your mental health, the side effect hits really hard. Your mood is funky and all stinky. You be just moody. Your resilience to do things weakens. You snap off quicker. Your decision-making goals get cloudy. You even isolate yourself. Life feels heavier than it should. But when you do take care of your mental health, your brain becomes a cleaner space to live in. You think clearer, you communicate better, you bounce back faster, you recognize the red flags before they take you out. You know what else you do? You stay in motion. That good motion, that intentional motion, instead of drowning up, overwhelmed. The positive side effect of your taking care of your mental health include better decision making. Your focus is more improved, and you're at the higher threshold from stress. You are just not sad. You function sharper than what you would normally do. You're like, I got this, even though things might seem bad or you can't handle it. When you are taking care of your mental health, you get through it. Now, the negative side of not taking care of your mental health. If you ignore your mental health, the side effects are very heavy. You might experience brain fog, depression, irritability, or even physical exhaustion. If you don't take care of your mind, the world starts to feel like it's closing in. Your perspective narrows, and minor inconveniences start feeling like catastrophe. But when you do take care of it, you gain the side effects of resilience. You still face the problem, but you have the mental attitude to stand tall with solving them. Mental health doesn't make you perfect. It makes you equipped. Now let's take a moment here now and talk about that emotional health. We're going to talk about that emotional health, that emotional regulation. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is the way you process, release, react, and regulate. Emotional health is often confused with mental health. Can you see how that can? Because If your mental is not right, like your emotions are not right. So it can get confusing, right? But think of it as how you process feelings rather than how you think. Let me say that again. Emotional health is often confused with mental health. But think about it, it's how you process feelings rather than how you think. So if you leave your emotional health unattended, the side effect often leads to leaky emotions where anger or sadness spills out in places it doesn't belong, like snapping at a coworker, snapping at your kids, snapping at your partner, because you're actually sad about a situation that has happened that doesn't even affect you. The benefits of having emotional health is when you take the time and you work through emotional health, you could do this by journaling, having an honest conversation. The side effect is intimacy. Now, y'all don't be thinking all that. Okay, I want to get your minds up together. Because intimacy can mean so much things. Deep conversation, being around somebody's energy, things like that. You become capable of deeper connections because you're not afraid of your own feelings. Taking care of your emotional health means you can experience joy without waiting for the other shoe to drop. Ignoring it leads to side effects of isolation, where you push people away to avoid the discomfort of being vulnerable. Neglecting has its own side effects, like you said. You become moody, reactive, defensive, or even numb. You begin to misread people. You take things personally. You store hurt like it's a savings account and hope nobody checks. Your relationship, they begin to turn into battleground. But taking care of your emotional health, the side effects are gentle. You become more patient with yourself and others. You respond instead of react. The communication is good. Instead of exploding, you're calm. You feel your feelings without being controlled by them. You love deeper. You attract calmer situations because you're calmer inside. Good emotional health gives your heart room to just breathe. All right, North Carolina family. Why don't we just do that right now? Why don't we just breathe? Because some of y'all watching this right now already know you're overdue for an emotional oil change. You've been running on fumes and vibes. But don't worry, there's no judgment here over at Daily Dose of Dee. We just want you hope. So we'll be right back after this break. And we're going to dive more into this conversation about side effects.
She wrote it in the rhythm of the trees.
Hello, everybody. We are at the portion of the show where today I give the product of the day. And the product of the day today is, let me show y'all what it is. It is by Holistic Royalty by Kels it is going to be the neuropathy tincture. Now, for those that are not familiar, or if you know people that have neuropathy, let me tell you what that is. When you have neuropathy, it's like a nerve damage. So it causes numbness, tingling, burning, and pain, and you're weak, and you get a loss of coordination. And it often starts in your hands and your feet, and then it could damage your nervous system. So normally, when you go and get this diagnosed, they're going to give you a medication, right? The common medication that they give people for neuropathy is gabapentin. Now, on this portion of the product of the day, I want you just to be aware of some facts of medication and ingredients and tinctures and ingredients, right? Because this live is about side effects, so just keep that in mind. So with gabapentin, they have what they call fillers that they put in it, right? So this is usually cornstarch or pre-glutenized starch that they use, right? They use talc and a form of magnesium, gluten, titanium, y'all hear this? Dioxide, and sodium lauryl sulfate. I'm allergic to sulfate. So to make the color of the actual pill, it's the edible ink, which usually is used for printing things, printing or identifying codes. So often it's black iron and oxidized with shellac. Okay, that's what's in the gabapentin. Okay, y'all hear that? Now we're gonna go and talk about the ingredients of Holistic Royalty by Kale's tincture. Y'all listening? Okay. So it's St. John's wort, cayenne pepper, soul cap, turmeric, ginkgo biloba, and Coca-Cola. I don't see nothing on here about no artificial colors and all that other stuff. So if you want to have a way of having a healthy form to help with your neuropathy, go on over to Holistic Royalty by Kels. You can reach her by IG and TikTok, and also product review on www.shamaka Essential, House of Holistic Royalty by Kels. Y'all hear me? Did y'all hear that? You can also find it at www.shamaka Essential. There's a spot on there for Holistic Royalty by Kels. Now, if you're in the dirty South, just hit her up, DM her. You could get this. I just wanted to show you the difference between medication and holistic ways of healing yourself. Okay? So tap in with Holistic Royalty by Kels. And then, that's them side effects is what we talked about today. So I ain't even going to tell y'all what the side effects of gabapentin is. Y'all going to look that up. But I can tell you what the side effects of this is. You be moving and grooving and feeling good. But anyway, y'all tap in to Holistic Royalty by Kels. Yeah, I was on mute. Welcome back, family. I appreciate you still here with not myself on Daily Dose of Dee, where we are talking about side effects. So let's go ahead and dive into. I want to talk about spiritual health. Okay, we're going to dive into this spiritual health. I'm not going to keep you too long today, but I wanted to talk about these side effects. So your spiritual health, that's your inner compass. It's not about religion unless you want it to be. It's about alignment, purpose, peace, clarity, and most importantly, connection. If you don't take care of your spiritual health, the side effect is a profound sense of essential dread or apathy. Life starts to feel like a series of chores with no meaning at the end. That's how it feels if you're neglected. Now, when you nurture this, you could do this through meditation, nature, community, or faith. The side effect of that is very simple. It's peace. Even when life is chaotic, you have an internal anchor. The drawback, it requires a lot of ego work and facing uncomfortable truths about yourself, which can be painful in the short term. Let me say that again. The drawback of nurturing or helping your spiritual health, the side effect is it requires a lot of ego work. And this means that you have to face the truth about yourself, which can be painful and hard. Mhm. But it's only short term. When you neglect your spiritual health, life feels empty even when it looks full. You start feeling lost, disconnected, confused, restless. Your God given intuition gets a little bit more quiet. Your purpose feels blurry and you don't know what to do or what your purpose is. You chase things that don't feed you. But when you nurture your spiritual health, you get them 2 feet underground and you be grounded. You hear yourself clearly. You recognize what's real and what's not, and what's noise and what's fake. You make choices that match your values. Life becomes more meaningful and more intentional. So you walk with confidence because you walk in with a purpose. You're walking in your purpose. The side effects of spiritual alignment are always upgrades. Keep that in mind. So we talked about all these different side effects, right? So I want to conclude this here about how just life in general, right? Side effects of good life versus I'm gonna say not so good. So here's some daily dose of Dee truth right here, y'all. Life has side effects whether you participate or not. Let me say that again. Life has side effects whether you participate or not. If you choose a good life, one where you pursue growth, health, and kindness, the side effects are often hard work, occasional loneliness, excuse me, and the discipline of saying no to instant gratification. But the long-term result is a legacy of stability and content. So on the flip side, if you live what we say not so good life, one based on avoidance or neglecting your needs, the side effect is a temporary ease that eventually turns into a permanent burden. Let me say that again. When you are living a life not so good and your life is based on avoidance and neglecting your needs, the side effect is a temporary ease that eventually can turn into a permanent burden. You might avoid the side effect of, let's say, like this exercise, sweat, and soreness, but you gain the side effect of being tired and illness later. Every single choice has a shadow. Let me say that again. Every single choice has a shadow. The secret to a good life isn't avoiding side effects. The secret to a good life isn't avoiding side effects, it's choosing the ones you're willing to live with. Y'all heard that? You are choosing the ones that you want to live with. You live unintentionally, ignoring your mind, heart, and spirit. The side effect shows up as chaos, regret, burnout, drama, confusion, and the cycle never breaks. But when you live with intention, and when you're caring for your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, the side effects look like growth, peace, stable relationships, healthier boundaries, better decisions, and the confidence that doesn't shake. A good life has side effects like clarity, joy, strength, abundance, and that emotional maturity, y'all. A neglected life has side effects like stagnant, self-doubt, fear, and chaos. You have to choose your medicine. You choose your side effects. Life is always asking, how do you want to feel? And your decision responds on your behalf. So I said I'm not going to keep you too much longer. So let me close this out with these words. Life is going to give you chapters, but you decide if they're going to be recycled pain or new beginnings. Every journey has symptoms. Every journey has symptoms. Breakthroughs have a cost. Blessings got maintenance. Every healed version of you has a shadow you have to outgrow. Side effects, not the enemy. They're the truth tellers. They show you what's working. They also show you what's draining, what's healing, what's breaking, what's rising, what's dying. The mind will whisper, the heart will tremble, the spirit is going to do this. Knock. But the side effects, they'll scream the truth you've been avoiding. So choose the life that gives you side effects worth living through. Choose the love that brings peace instead of pain. Choose the habit that builds you instead of breaking you. Choose the version of you that feels like home. And remember, the side effects of a good life aren't perfect, but you know what they are? They're purposeful. So, welcome to your healing. Welcome to your awakening. Welcome to life. I want to thank everybody for coming to Daily Dose of Dee on this, I say, think about it Tuesday. I believe that's it. I hope I gave you something to think about today, right? Those side effects, the good and the bad, because you know it's always about duality over here at the Love Palace. We just ain't gonna talk about them good things and have fun. We gonna face them shadows and talk about that other side as well. And like I said, if you did not get an opportunity to go watch the series that Blended Healing has about vitamins, now that you know the side effects, the good and the bad, go get them good vitamins, right? That nourishment that she got for you over there. It's a very good series. I am enjoying it. And this is what brought about this live today. So go check her out, okay? Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming to the Love Palace. Shout out to the replay game, COC, shout out Network Family, shout out subscribers, shout out everybody. I'm shouting you all out. Peace and love to everybody. I will see you real soon. And y'all get ready and look forward to the 200th, the 200 episode of Daily Dose of Dee. We're going to celebrate and have a good time. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button because it's coming soon. Once again, peace and love. And I will see you all real soon. Have a good evening. Go think about some things this Tuesday. Good luck.
Most people don't realize they're trapped. Not by the world, but by their own thoughts. You wake up and think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, do the same things, and then wonder why life doesn't change. It's not your circumstances, it's the cycle. The mind repeats what's familiar, even if it's painful. But you can interrupt it. One new thought. One new decision. That's how a new version of you begins. You're not stuck. You're just rehearsing a past. Stop rehearsing. Start becoming.
But I like that type of shit. I wish everything came with a fucking side effect label. Especially men. I wish men had a motherfucking side effect label right on the side of your asses. That's the truth. Let a bitch know up front what your ass is all about. Let's say you in a club. You in the club, you chilling. He walk in, you looking good and he looking good. He checking you out, you checking him out. Right before he walk past, you see his motherfucking side effects. Warning, this nigga is subject to run up your credit, fuck about 2 or 3 of your girlfriends, and has a tendency to whoop a bitch ass every now and then.
Back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily